हेलो फ्रेंड्स। सो जनरली मैं ये बोलता हूँ कि आपको अपने करियर से रिलेटेड सबसे बड़ा इंस्पिरेशन या मोटिवेशन किससे मिलता है, एंड इट इज मोर टू डू फ्रॉम योर फेलो बेंचर्स देन सीइंग पीपल इन टेलीविजन, न्यूज़पेपर्स एंड बुक्स। शायद उनसे ज्यादा आपका कोई फेलो बेंचर जब कुछ अचीव करके करियर में आगे बढ़ता है तो आई थिंक वो सबसे बड़ा मोटिवेशन मिलता है कि मेरे साथ वाले ने किया है तो मैं भी अपने करियर में कुछ ना कुछ कर सकता हूँ। सिमिलर स्किल सेट है तो रिजोनेट ज्यादा करते हैं। इसी थॉट के साथ हमने ये सोचा कि क्यों ना हमारे एलुमनास के साथ एक सीरीज ऑफ उनकी करियर जर्नी को लेके आपके साथ बात करें। तो आज हमारे साथ उसी जर्नी के अंदर सुरभि उपाध्याय है। सुरभि इज एन एमबीए फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग किया हमारे यहाँ से, पिछले 6 सालों से काम कर रहे हैं। शी इज करंटली वर्किंग विद इन्फोसिस एज अ बिजनेस एनालिस्ट, फ्रॉम फाइनेंस कोर रिलेटेड वर्क टू मोर ऑफ अ टेक्नो फाइनेंस काइंड ऑफ अ जॉब रोल टुडे। सुरभि, आपका करियर की पॉइंटर्स या लैडर जिसको आप हाईलाइट करके बताना चाहोगे कि कहाँ से शुरू किया, आज यहाँ कैसे आए, किस लेवल से आपका पहला टर्निंग पॉइंट शायद करियर के अंदर आया था। वी वुड रियली लाइक टू नो हाउ हैव यू एक्सेल्ड अक्रॉस। I think you are flying recently to Netherlands for a business trip now,
Yeah.
and so a lot of achievements. Please talk in details and brief us across on this.
Okay. So yeah, first of all, like I started very like a very unrooted sprout. Like I was really what I can say, जिसको कुछ नहीं पता है दुनिया के बारे में, कोई नई चीजें नहीं सुनी हुई हैं. It was very basic. I was very basic person. I was not a studious person. Graduation के बाद I came to Indore to pursue my post graduation. Before that, I was doing CA. I tried to crack it twice. I was not able to do it. So I left in mid between. So I left in between in intermediate. And then I came to Indore. I joined MBA. I took finance because my thought process was I don't want to waste my knowledge on finance. Basically, I belong to a business background. My dad is a businessman, and that's how you can relate to things very better
So
because you're.
this is back in around what, 2015, 16?
Yeah, it was 15.
When
16.
you started your MBA?
I started in MBA in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was, yeah.
Indore.
Yeah, Indore. So I took full time in MBA, and my personality was more of a like talkative person. You can judge that by the interview. So many people suggested me to take marketing and sales as my major, and other things as a minor. But my thought process was, don't waste what you have already studied on. My thought process was like that. Even if you are taking new field, it's not like you are you are leaving, or you are leaving other things. If you want to continue what you are doing, just do it in some other way. That's it. Just take some other route, you will get
Is
to
there
know.
any other door to explore finance?
Correct. So basically, yeah, then I took a full time as a finance, and then minor as a marketing. I in middle of first year and second year, I wanted to do internship. So that is compulsory for MBA students to take 2-3 months of internship. I was searching for a lot of opportunities. I wanted to learn basically, because MBA is more of managing yourself, how you are going to behave in corporate world. So SBI and all others internship company came, and I was not really interested to do the clerical work. And then my friend suggested me FinOptions. He said they are giving Excel training, so I wanted to learn Excel. So I didn't know about FinOptions or financial modeling or CFA in my entire 21 year of life.
Yeah.
It was really new to me because I belong to a very small town. They just know you have to do your 12th, then graduation, then might be job.
जनरली वो पाथवे वैसे ही सेट रहता है ना करियर को लेके।
Like,
ग्रेजुएट स्कूलिंग, ग्रेजुएशन, एमबीए एंड देन मे बी अ जॉब। बट आई थिंक लाइक यू सेड, आपके फ्रेंड ने बताया तो एक की लर्निंग पॉइंट यहाँ डेफिनेटली मिलता है कि एक्सपोजर कभी भी आ सकता है, एंड यू गॉट टू बी ओपन टू इट। द मोर यू मीट न्यू पीपल अक्रॉस, यू गेट टू नो अबाउट न्यू थिंग्स। सो या यू गेट टू नो अबाउट फिनऑप्शंस। आई थिंक तब हम एक प्रोडक्ट चलाते भी थे जिसके अंदर फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग ट्रेनिंग as a paid intern. In fact, we used to charge that time.
Yeah.
So you opted to take that.
Yeah, I wanted to learn Excel basically. That's how I got into FinOptions. Then when I came here with my dad and I had a word with you, and I saw the environment here, like people are chatting and then working. It's really rare. Like you don't get this kind of environment anywhere. People are enjoying learning things. They are talking about stuff that you read in the book. So it's really it drove me to, you know, just I want to be here, because it was a really big change for me to change city, everything, leaving parents, living here independently, and, you know, working on yourself. So then I came here, and I stayed in FinOptions for a year. I don't
That's a
believe
long
that.
journey, huh?
It's a
Generally,
long
that
journey.
internship is for 2.5 months or
Yeah,
more.
but because
Where did it got so extended?
I don't know.
Talk something about with regard to this, with regard to maybe how did you move to your first job? Where
Okay.
did that came across? Like you did with your MBA, and post that, I suppose you joined the organization, not along with your MBA.
It's along with MBA. So FinOptions with along with MBA with internship.
And the
Then
job that you took
just after 5 days of my completing MBA, like
okay.
giving the
So
last
your
exam.
process would have started prior.
Yes. So I was very like my parents were actually very doubtful, because I used to you know, teach people how to do PNL and all, and I didn't got a job till the last day of my exam, like my final semester exam.
How many interviews did you get?
More than
Prior-
5 or 6.
Okay.
I was one of these studious person here in FinOption and in that batch, and people used to ask me questions.
You tend, in a skill based training, you tend to resonate with it. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm good with it or not, because आपको outcome सामने दिखता है.
Correct.
So I can still recollect that. So we used to get good outcomes when it comes to work task completions here, but maybe not able to convert that opportunity into a job kind of a thing.
मुझे लगता है मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग इसीलिए था क्योंकि कॉन्फिडेंस शायद कहीं ना कहीं बिल्डअप हो रहा था, वो एकदम से ऐसा नहीं था कि यार yes, I am going to crack this. It was like I was confident enough, but because of background you feel like you are somewhere not belong to a place, but you're still trying to do it. But I know I was studious. I am very sincere. It was more of a patience that you need while you're doing interviews, because you learn a lot by giving interviews. Even if I just changed 3 companies, I'm telling you, I have given more than 20 companies interview till today.
So each time you interact and give an
Yes.
interview, you rather than just showcase yourself, you learn a lot in terms of what's missing in you,
Yes,
what new
correct.
areas to explore, and other aspects.
Yes.
That is that the right way to prepare? Because candidates को कई बार ये लगता है ना, how do you prepare yourself for an interview?
This is because in colleges you are trained that if you are giving interview of one company and getting failed, you will get blocked for 6 months freeze period. Oh, it's fine. There are a hell lot of companies outside. You can always try and understand what's best for you, and you will get to know तुम कितने पानी में हो first of all.
So, and then SS&C happened.
Yes, and I got
tell something about your profile, your working. What was that?
Okay, so to be frank, I was the first one from FinOptions who got into valuations.
I still remember that.
Yeah, so it was a very niche profile for a fresher level. People in my team was more of above 30, 45 of age.
And you were into what age group?
I was 22, 23.
Okay.
Just fresher.
Pretty young. Pretty young
Yeah.
to the entire team.
Yeah.
The entire team is around 30 odd, you're just 22. There will be a lot of peer pressure also in
Correct.
that case.
So that's how, because all are CFA, FRM, you know, and people are, you know, passed out from Xavier's, big colleges, and I still know my roots, where I belong. So that actually gave me some peer pressure, but because since you feel like you don't know anything, it's a better way to learn new thing, because unlearn and learn it's a new concept. Yeah. But if you don't know anything and you want to learn, it's very easy. It's really very easy, because you can carve it anyway.
I think this is a very, very smart takeaway point from what Survi you're sorting here is initial period of your career, even if it is your first job, don't think about the money that you're fetching from it. Think in terms of कि अभी 2-3 साल तो और काम सीखना ही है. So आप वो perspective जब लेके अपने पहले जॉब में जाते हैं तो the environment becomes easy. Everything is easy in that case. Otherwise, there could be a lot of peer pressures which anybody could feel across. But yeah, point well taken.
This point is actually very important. Starting में हम लोग ये सोचते हैं कि पैकेज अच्छा मिल जाएगा तो बहुत कुछ मिल जाएगा. बट एक बात सोचने वाली है कि अगर पैसा मिलेगा तो जरूरी नहीं है प्रोफाइल मिले.
सुरभि, जहाँ पैसे की बात है, why not if you find and comfortable with it, what was your salary at the first job with SS&C? In your derivative OTC valuation, am I touching a fine tingle here?
I am fine with it. Money never mattered with me. It was more of profile. And एक बात है, अगर चीज आप पैसे के पीछे भागोगे ना, पैसा आपके पास नहीं आएगा. लक्ष्मी का पॉइंट है, लक्ष्मी इज चंचल, वो एक जगह नहीं टिकती. आप कितना भी पकड़ोगे वो निकलेगी. I never focused on money. So my first one was 3.25 if I started
Oh,
LPA.
okay.
It was really less.
That's around 6 years back at the fresher. I think
Yes, it was a fresher. But if I would have given an interview in college, it was around 6 lakh. Maybe I
Okay.
would get 6 lakh back.
But you
It was
didn't
double.
set for any of the company which came from your
No,
college.
not even
You have
Deloitte.
not set for
I will,
any of the
yeah,
company.
any of the companies.
You're very
I
clear. मुझे finance में करना है. And if those kind of companies are not
I
coming at college, you backed your skill set that I'll move into core finance.
Yes, correct. And then eventually I got into SS&C. I was more of valuations was very. If you remember in FinOptions we used to study fixed income on weekend just to have fun. It was not a part of our course. Yes.
Regular
Correct.
bigger curriculum
Yes,
part, right?
and eventually when the profile came, I was like valuations. That's a very you feel very uh, mesmerized with the word because it's really interesting. It's a very niche profile. So I gave the interview. I was knowing on the back that okay, I will not be able to crack it. It's a very, very difficult profile. And one very important point in giving interview, what I realized in my first company itself, be true to what you know, because the person who is taking interview knows how things are going. He knows more than you. So if you fumble,
Don't
anywhere-
ever try to mock an interview.
Correct.
Whatever you are,
Yes.
you speak that thing
If you
across.
don't know anything, just say I'm not aware of this thing. I have read it theoretically. Maybe I don't have practical exposure because I'm fresher. I might
तो
be
गाइस
able
ये
to
वाली
learn.
लाइन लिख लीजिए अगर किसी ने कुछ पूछा और हमें नहीं पता so I don't know it but I can learn it
Yes.
if the job role requires me to do it.
in my like six year of experience, I have only learned one thing, that even if तुमको कुछ नहीं आता है, if you're true to yourself and if you say like I am able to learn, company is more willing to hire a person with no knowledge. They are ready to be shape up than the person who knows everything and arrogant and resist to do new things.
Right.
I feel I still don't know a lot of things, but
So how long was your run with SS&C?
it was close to 2 years. It was
And then
not
from there you moved to
Apex Fund Services. It's again a hedge fund administration company. It came back in India business in 2017,
okay
and it was a kind of a startup. So it's before 10 year of SS&C. Like
so
मैं 10 साल
you
पीछे थी.
move from an
Correct.
mature company to more of a startup now.
Correct.
Again a leap, a bigger risk. A lot of time people don't do that thing, but 2 years with SS&C you moved to Apex. Was there a commercial upliftment in terms of salary also?
It was. I got around 80% of hike. You can calculate yourself, okay? So yeah, I got promoted in SS&C within 8 months. So that was
2 years with SS&C and then you see at 80%. That's what you talk about a good profile where your learning chart helps you in terms of getting better salaries.
Yes.
So if you're learning, maybe the initial pay could be less, but guys 2 साल में 80% से salary बढ़ना और S&C का एक internal appraisals, this is almost 100%. I am not letting a lot of maths here, but yeah.
So ऐसे start हुआ.
So we moved to what, 2020 here?
Yeah, 20 at the time of lockdown.
Okay.
It was a really difficult time for everyone actually. Before
but you got
lockdown,
opportunities and you're moving ahead in your career.
I got interviewed in October, I guess, if I'm not wrong, October, November, and then I gave my notice period. I came back in notice period to Indore back in lockdown, and I interviewed one with Morgan Stanley. I cleared 2 interviews, but they hadn't took the final interview. So when I got into Apex Fund Services after 15 days, Morgan Stanley called me.
But then you've already committed yourself to Apex. So
Yes,
you said,
and I told HR also that
आज की तारीख में ये चीज बहुत होती है and
हाँ.
especially commercial world में that people do a lot of offer shopping और अपने commitments की value नहीं करते, but I appreciate that even if it is a big name as Morgan, you've moved with Apex only because of your commitment and you've joined the company, so you went along with it.
Anything.
And
if
your tenure with Apex was for what period of time?
Close to 2 years. Again, I jump up in 2 years. It's not because of I didn't like the company. I didn't like anything of my work. It's more of like it's a big story actually. It's more of like where you are, where you want to go. And
what was your exposure in terms of working with them? I think you moved from a bit of core finance to a bit of
basic profile.
Automation based work also here.
Yes, actually, because
what was the new learning with
new
Apex?
Learning was what I was doing on the already made application. I used to create backup for that. I used to make macros on Excel for OTC derivative pricing. I made black scoles. More of people I can relate to it. I made black scoles on Excel with a live data with Bloomberg. So because I was into a company which is startup, I had my own Bloomberg access. So I used to get the data. I used to study Bloomberg screens. Bloomberg is really important. One thing I remember here, I need to quote: try to learn universal skill a lot. I can give you 5 skill of mine that you can Google it and you will find it. Bloomberg, Reuters, Geneva, Paxos. Now,
and yeah, exposure, if at all, see, if you talk about Bloomberg, Reuters and all, maybe at entry level for somebody to learn that thing, it could be with a high cost, but companies have that access and they
correct.
provide that kind of a training.
Yes.
It is up to you to be more open in
Just
terms of taking
हर
it
चीज
across,
में
right?
घुसना शुरू करना पड़ेगा. That is the main thing. Even
And
if you don't know
not
anything.
limiting yourself to कि भाई
one
मुझे तो
thing.
यही करना है and this is what I'm doing.
Correct.
But you tend to explore.
Yes.
And why not, नया सीखने को मिल रहा है तो ये भी देखें. And then Apex for 2 years and
Then-
how long then from there you move to an entirely different set of profile today. Infosys.
It was really difficult for me because the reason was Apex itself. I got a 20% hike in 6 months and again 20% in next 6 months
That's itself.
in Apex.
Within the company itself,
Within the
you're getting
company.
hikes. So
80, 20, 20, it's 120. With 120, within 1 year, I was in at 120% hike. And then I was selected to, go to Canada. Apex was opening an office in Canada to support the US
Okay.
shift.
Oh,
So they gave me offer to shift there and work from there. For 2 years of experience, 2-3 years, it was a platinum card for me, that they are, even taking me as a
I'm for moving on onshore to maybe client side and working and that kind of an exposure. But you said no, you don't want to take it.
I did night shift for 6 months actually, but because of COVID and the things went really off because government's approval lena for work permit, that was really very far. Night shift na support karna, and I was the point of contact for everyone. No one knows the Bloomberg support market data team. It was like Surbi ko call karo, Surbi ko call karo. It was like that. And leaving.
You were a kind of a person who is spoke for everything, not dispose. You cannot take Surbi out of in terms of work. So you had your own value over there.
Yes,
but then why then you thought about moving from Apex to something new? Because this company is valuing you a lot of shoulder responsibility. What triggered you to move from Apex to?
If I'll be very frank, I did it intentionally. I didn't wanted to leave Apex, but analyst word, if you hear in your ear, it turns to be, analyst. I'm an analyst.
Okay.
So, right, that triggered me a lot. And again, business analyst. That's
it's
me.
More of a designation and recognition with that
correct.
you're getting into the industry.
Even if I was not sure that I'm getting any finance role, any finance work, I was like, let's get into it. And I just gave the interview. They were so happy with me. I was like, I will not be able to create Infosys interview. That's really difficult for a core finance person to, go
move
into
towards the IT side of job.
Yes, and it's why they will consider you if you don't know any technical skill. Why? Because communication. That is the key to everything. Confident, communication, and adaptation. These 3 words worked for me for all of my career, like till now, and still working for me.
And something that when anybody interacts with you, get to know is like you're open to learn.
Yes, that's
something that I resonate with Surbi a lot in terms of my takeaways. It's her attitude to take up new things and to learn and explore. So being open to learn, I think, is one of a very good quality Surbi you possess across, and that's where Infosys happened with you. And in your current profile, what are you taking care of?
If you इसको किस्मत बोलो या बस एक होता है ना पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट से आगे जाने का तरीका, मैंने कुछ भी किया हो, किसी भी माइंडसेट से कंपनी चेंज की हो, लकीली आई वाज इनटू ओटीसी डेरिवेटिव्स.
अच्छा, so your crux remains same. The product services remain over the counter derivatives for you. Valuations finance. You initially did, then with Apex you did a bit of macro based solutioning work, and now you're doing more of what business analyst in terms of supporting client on the software part?
So I work with a company who uses treasury management software. So treasury is basically the other part of the trade, if you get to know. So basically whatever trader are trading, like whatever products they are trading, we are responsible to make the configuration of it. So if you are trading a CDS, I'm configuring curves for you. So that is a basic example. So, and more of like I take the data from the person who is trading or the business. I try to get a business research document for it, and I try to understand the development team to understand how to make it. So in my project, I am the DevOps, I am the BA.
I still very technique to me also to understand in terms of what you do, but I think whatever you're doing is the best that you in terms of deliveries, and that's why you're getting opportunities to move out of India in terms of business assignments and other aspects. uh, Surbi, thank you so much for this entire journey plan. Can you give us maybe one or two key like career mantras that you would have got from this entire journey that
I
you would
guess
like to maybe somebody to really focus upon? This is what you should look upon.
I guess शायद discuss बीच बीच में हो गया, but I will pressurize some points. First of all, package. Don't run after package. पैसा आएगा अपने आप, कहीं नहीं जाएगा. Just focus on brushing up your skills. Focus on one thing. Stick to it. It's not like stick to it. I will only do that thing, but you will do that thing even if you are not getting paid for it. It's like learn on the background. So, and second thing, finance is not going anywhere even if any AI company comes in. So basic crux knowledge, तो किताबी ज्ञान होता है उसको नहीं छोड़ना है, करते रहो. अभी भी I'm still doing some courses with finance studies.
Right.
So I try to cover more points. जो भी चीज मिलती है, I still talk to गौरव sir regarding मुझे ये करना है, still this ये product price नहीं हो रहा है तो क्या करना चाहिए. Even if he is more of a theoretical, I am more into practical. I try to relate it to things. दूसरी चीज, अडेप्ट करो चीजों को. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट लाइकिंग एनी प्रोफाइल, जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई इट्स हैपनिंग. डोंट लर्न द प्रोफाइल, लर्न द एनवायरनमेंट.
What is happening, what is the product, service, where is this product going to be helping across to whom, and how it creates value into that entire supply chain. I can recollect with it.
Because
so it's more of having that right business sense. By finally somebody paying me, तो वो मुझसे कहाँ इस चीज का बेनिफिट ले रहा है. अगर मैं वो उससे रिकनेक्ट कर गया तो थॉट प्रोसेस और इवॉल्व हो जाता है. राइट.
कनेक्ट करना है डॉट्स को. फ्रंट में बैक से मिडिल ऑफिस से फ्रंट ऑफिस में आई हूँ. नाउ आई नो SS&C में जो होता था वो क्यों होता है, या ट्रेजरी में ही होता है.
आने के बाद पता चला कि पहली कंपनी का काम कहाँ काम आ रहा है.
Because everything is connected at the end of the day. If you are trading,
जितना क्लाइंट के पास जाते हैं तो समझ में आता है कि क्लाइंट पैसा दे क्यों रहा है एक्चुअली. Where is this going to be creating value to them? Thank you so much, Surbi. I think an excellent interaction with you on this, and I suppose हम लोगों को सभी को काफी ना कुछ सीखने को मिला होगा. मेरे अपने पॉजिटिव टेक अवे से इस पूरे इंटरेक्शन से विथ यू, स्पेशली to highlight what you rightly said, maybe it's not about degrees and adding a lot of degrees, but it is about adding a lot of knowledge and skill to your BO. So you would build your career around your knowledge and skill. You worked with people at your first job which are like 8 to 10 years elders to you, CFAs and all. You're just an MBA, or maybe just you've done some financial modeling kind of a product. 8 साल छोटे, but still into that environment, more because of your skill that I suppose you could carry along, and you can showcase that you can deliver this kind of work. So yeah, and at the same time, the way I see your journey, there is a lot of experimenting also, and you're always open to it. So be open to that. At times हम शायद अपने आप को close कर लेते हैं एक thought process में कि हमें यही करना है, और फिर explore करना बंद कर देते हैं. So पता नहीं career opportunities कब कहाँ क्या नया लाके.
You never know in life what will happen. Just stick to what you are doing. Just true to yourself.
And be open to explore.
Enjoy your work. That is really important. Enjoy. If you are not enjoying, it's not like the work is wrong. It maybe you are not doing in a right way. That is the thing.
Thank you so much everybody for connecting with us today. अगर आपको आज का सेशन हमारा अच्छा लगा है और इससे रिलेटेड और फर्दर डिटेल्स के लिए बात करें तो कीप सब्सक्राइबिंग अस. लिंक हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल की और सोशल कनेक्ट्स की डिस्क्रिप्शंस में है. अगली बार आपसे फिर मिलते हैं किसी और सक्सेस स्टोरी के साथ. सुरभि, थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीबॉडी.
ऑल द बेस्ट एवरीवन. बाय बाय.